So good morning students. Today topic is the ASCARIS lumbricoidus. So ASCARIS lumbricoidus is a one parasite. So this parasite where it is present in our body structure and life history, and it is causes to the which type of disease. So the entire topic are there, but this is important for in IP purpose. Long answer question, LAK question, unit 6th. The question number is 4th are there. ASCARIS lumbricoidus. It is a parasite. You know that define the parasite. You know idea about that. What is parasite? Any two undifferent species can living together. Only one species is benefited. The benefited species is called parasite. And who provide the shelter, that is called host. The host it is affected or there. Now the parasite how it is looking or there. The parasite where it is present. The parasite is present in our body small intestine. It is present in our body small intestine. So it exhibits the sexual dimorphism. Sexual dimorphism means disexual. Di means two. Morphism means morphle externally. The sex identified. The male female identified. How the male animal how it is looking or there, it is a short posterior curve, and female animal how it is looking or there, it is a straight tube-like structure. So that is called sexes are separate and clearly identified, can show the sexual dimorphism. This is commonly called as roundworms. Now I am explaining to the some external character of the parasite. Anterior side, the both animals' mouth are present. The mouth is surrounded by the three lips are there. Dorsal, ventral, lateral lips are there. Below the mouth, excretory pore is there. It is excretion, the excretory material. And mouth open to the buccal cavity. Buccal cavity open to the pharynx. Pharynx open to the intestine are there. Intestine, hence with the intestine cloaca. In male animal body part, cloaca is present. But in female body part, in posterior part, is the anus is present. The difference is very important. Anus is present are there. But in the male animal body part, cloaca region, one pair of pineal setae is present. This is a copulatory organ. That means digestive hand ducts and reproductive ducts both are open in cloaca part. But in female body part, the reproductive ducts are open separately. Ventrolateral side, female genital pore is located. The female genital pore is open into leads into the vagina, uterus and ovary are there. That is a reproductive duct separately open in female body, ventrolateral side are there. But in male body part here, the pineal setae copulatory organ, it is present in the cloaca region. So these two animals, adult animals can take the reproduction. Adult animal take the reproduction in sexual reproduction. In sexual reproduction, so it produce the after sexual reproduction, the female animal it release the nearly 2 lakhs of eggs. That is called mummillated eggs. This is the life history are there. This is called life history is there. That is called life history are there. So this is the ASCARIS lumbricoidus. You write the long answer just only one paragraph external characters. Then after you can explain to the total life history are there. So this both animal it is located in our body small intestine. After small intestine it can take the reproduction. After reproduction, the female animal it lays the eggs. The eggs name is called mummillated eggs. How many are there? Nearly 1 lakh. 1 lakh eggs can release. But where released? This eggs is present in the female body, but the eggs no development. In the female body part, eggs no development. These eggs released into our body intestine. Generally, this parasite is present in our body small intestine. small intestine. So after fertilization, the female animal it release the eggs. Eggs development in female body, but eggs formation. After formation, eggs generally no development inside the body, but where the development outside the body. But parasite where it is present, parasite is present in our body. So, but now eggs is the mammaliated eggs is released into the our body. Mammaliated eggs, how it is there? Outer protein coat, lipid layer, chitin layer, three layers are present. These mammaliated eggs enter our body small intestine. But in our body small intestine, there is no development. There is no development in our body small intestine. It is elimination or it exit outside through body outside through fecal material. So the mammaliated eggs do not development in our body. These eggs can release through the outside of the body through the fecal material or stool material or excretory material. These mammaliated eggs come outside. But where the development these eggs? In soil outside. So when man in this time, but open ground area when fecal material released, but no use the toilets. No use the toilets. When the in open ground area, these mammaliated eggs development. What the development? Development takes place in the soil. So when the stool material can release open ground area, in soil material part, inside the egg produce the first stage larva that is called rhabditiform larva. So the first stage rhabditiform larva, the formation, the larva undergoes take the first molting. Molting means changes of the structure. Mammaliated eggs development takes place inside the soil. So soil, in that soil part, one larva formation, the rhabditiform larva. The rhabditiform larva undergoes the first molting. When first molting is formed the second stage larva. Second stage rhabditiform larva formation. When second stage rhabditiform larva later no development are there. So where the larva is present? Larva is present in the stool material part. Stool material where it is present? The stool material is present in the ground, open ground area outside of it. So first stage rhabditiform larva take the first molting and second stage rhabditiform larva formation. So when the second stage rhabditiform larva further no development, where the development? It is entry into the second person body. So when second stage rhabditiform larva formation later, this larva enter into the new person body. How it is enter? Contamination food material. So contamination food material. Some mechanical vectors are located in the environment part. House flies are there, mosquitoes. So generally the mechanical vectors. It is the second stage rhabditiform larva is the microscopic. It is attached to the legs, mouth, in insects, cockroach, mosquitoes, house. So any contamination food material. Contamination food material means, for example, you can eat the fruits on roadside but without washing, or you can eat any one of the roadside food material but without washing are there. So any one of the roadside food material, but contaminated, the food material with polluted, the food material with second stage rhabditiform larva or water, or generally children are playing on the soil part. On the soil part, the mechanical vectors release the second stage rhabditiform larva, but the children can without hand washing, so directly can eat or there. The larva is entry into the new person body. The larva is entry into the new person body are there. So directly can entry into the through the food material, mouth to esophagus, stomach, intestine. So when intestine part small some enzymes are there, the enzymes can dissolve the layers. The second stage rhabditiform larva come outside. So the second stage the trypsin enzyme are there can dissolve the layers of the this part or another enzymes can dissolve. Second stage laboratory form larva is come outside of the body part. Shell gets dissolved in the small intestine. Now the larva entry into the bloodstream. The larva is entry into the bloodstream are there. So generally in our body part, after digestion, the food material digestion is completed. The digested food material generally it reach in our body liver. It can storage the food material or metabolism purpose. All the food material can reach into the liver. But now the parasites also can reach into the liver through hepatic portal vein. Generally in our body part, small intestine part, the digested food material can reach into the liver through one blood vessel, that is called hepatic portal vein. Now the larva is also reach into the liver. So generally in our body part, the deoxygenated blood, in the all body part, deoxygenated blood reach into the heart. Even liver also, deoxygenated blood also present in liver part. So hepatic vein, it is connected to the postcaval vein. The blood is reached into the heart. But now the larva is also can migrate. The larva is also reach into the heart through the postcaval vein. Postcaval vein are there. So where the deoxygenated blood reach into the heart to but where generally deoxygenated blood finally where it is reached in lungs. Exchange of gases purpose, the deoxygenated blood means carbon dioxide blood are there. The carbon dioxide is reach into the lungs. But now larva is also can reach into the lungs. Reaches the larva, reach the lungs through pulmonary artery. So the pulmonary artery, generally pulmonary artery carries the deoxygenated blood into heart to lungs. It reaches the heart through postcaval vein. Postcaval vein to reaches into the lungs. But in lungs, where it is settled down? In alveoli. In our body part, in lungs part. So millions of alveoli is located in lungs. How it is looking? Just a grape like a bunch of grapes like alveoli are present. What is the function of alveoli? In alveoli, exchange of gases, oxygen and carbon dioxide. Exchange of gases, oxygen, carbon dioxide are there. But now the larva is settled down in alveoli part. So in alveoli, reaches the alveoli, but now change the place, another place. In alveoli part, what happened? It take the second molting. Molting means changes of the structure. And third stage larva formation. And take the third molting. Fourth stage larva is formation. This total process is occur in alveoli part. Later, after the fourth stage larva enter into the branchus. How the branchus means? Where the branchus? This is the branchus. Primary branchus, tertiary branchus, secondary branchus are present in our lungs. The larva, when the fourth stage larva formation, but it is reach into the branchus. So branchus to trachea. This is the trachea are there. So branchus to trachea. Trachea to larynx. Larynx means voice box are there. Larynx. So larynx to glottis are there. Larynx to glottis. Glottis to pharynx. But this total pathway is the respiratory pathway. Respiratory pathway are there. Now the larva is entering into the pharynx. Pharynx is the junction. Here food pathway and hair pathway are there. Now the larva is enter into the esophagus. These are migration into the blood through the blood. Now larva is enter into the esophagus. So where the pharynx are there in our throat, here junction are there. One side is the hair pathway, another side is the food pathway. Now the larva is enter into the esophagus, is enter into the food pathway. Air pathway to food pathway, esophagus. Esophagus to stomach. Stomach to small intestine. So where it is come outside of the intestine. In first where it is come outside of the intestine. It is the entry into the different pathway and finally it is enter into the small intestine. So that is called extra-intestinal migration. It come outside of the intestine and it is entry into the different parts of body and again reach into the intestine. Again reach into the intestine, small intestine. Take the fourth molting and young ones. Young one means small ASCARIS formation. This small ASCARIS and take the food material and it grow adult animal. It grows in adult animal are there. So this is the entire the life cycle are there. So what the ASCARIS lumbricoidus? It is a disease. Which diseases causes are there? ASCARIS lumbricoidus causes to the ascariasis disease. Ascariasis disease are there. Mostly affected in children's. Affected children. It is causes to the stunted growth. That means generally nutrition, the carbohydrates, proteins, so the fats, the total nutrition, but not reach into the children's. The nutrition food material fed by the parasite. But now what happened? The children's growth failure. The growth failure, that is called stunted growth. Malnutrition, nutrition properly not supply, malnutrition, and some cases stomach pain is occur are there. Sometimes the stomach pain is occur are there. So what the prophylaxis you have maintained are there? Prophylaxis control measure, precaution for disease do not attack in your body. Which type of the precautions you have maintained are there? So generally the precautions, which type of precautions to maintain are there? Mostly stool material, but do not discharge into the open ground area. Stool material or fecal material discharge through the underground pipeline area. That means use the toilets, but use the toilets are there. But when you can purchase the fruits, vegetables in outside market, so compulsory washable then after to eat. Compulsory washable then after eat. Mostly children, so any item of the before eating hands compulsory washable are there. Nails should be removed and avoid the roadside food material. Why avoid the roadside food material? But not covering the plates, but mosquitoes, house flies can release the stool, release these parasite infective stages are there. So, but not properly cleaning hygienic conditions not maintained are there, but avoid the roadside food material. So, where this and water, drinking water, it is boiling water, you can use other water, drinking water, and mostly hygienic conditions should you have maintained are there, the disease cannot attack your body. So this is very important in long answer question. So just only you can practice this diagram, you can perfectly, you can immediately you can write the based on the diagrammatically you can write the paragraph. Okay, right.